What's good, everybody? I hope you are having a great weekend so far. It is the end of the wrestling, or the big time in wrestling with WrestleMania. Just last week, the Monday Night Raw, SmackDown that followed, and also we had a bunch of stuff in between, especially with TNA. And talking about TNA, first off, I'll do a recap on all the previous pay-per-views, because TNA did do an Unbreakable pay-per-view, first one ever for their brand, and it happened last week. I'll do a recap on that one. Night 1, night 2 of WrestleMania, just because I wanted the whole week to go through, get as much info as I could, because nobody knew what happened or what to expect. But regardless, let's get into tonight's pay-per-view that will be airing at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and they do the countdown that will start at 7 p.m. on YouTube for free. So 1 hour of wrestling for free on YouTube, and then you can watch it on TNA Plus or wherever you do watch your TNA pay-per-views. And it is for the TNA Rebellion 2025 pay-per-view. Now, so for the first match of the countdown to Rebellion, we will get Elijah, formerly known as Elias in WWE. He is now signed to TNA, if you did not know that, and he will be taking on a mystery opponent, as this match is an open challenge match, since NXT / WWE is doing a cross promotional pay-per-view, which is with this Rebellion 2025 pay-per-view. You can have somebody come from NXT and challenge Elijah. And also, there's a lot of people that got released from other companies and their contract has ended. Meaning they could come from AEW, they could come from New Japan Pro Wrestling, DDT Wrestling, etc. So, but for me, I would put my money on NXT. So anybody from the NXT roster can show up, and even from the main roster as well. Just because we saw Joe Henry versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania Night 2. So that could be something, a main roster guy could be part of the open challenge. But again, it could, for me, I got my money on somebody from NXT. So the second match that we will get for the countdown to Rebellion is six-way women's tag match, and it is Rosemary teaming up with Zaya Brookside and Lee Ying Lee. Hopefully you guys can understand. Like, this is like a mixed team on the TNA side, just because um, this is not a usual team up. If you follow TNA, but they will be taking on Fatal Influence from NXT, which is Fallon Haley, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix. Now, for me, since this is a cross promotional pay-per-view, in the sense of we are getting NXT talent in here for the TNA Rebellion 2025 pay-per-view, I feel like the first win, even though it's a countdown show, will most likely go to NXT, as they want to have NXT kind of win the first one, but if they win on the countdown, it's not too harsh for TNA, if you get what I'm saying. So, and also, Fatal Influence is an actual team. They have done tag team and also like six-way tag matches in NXT, so it makes more sense for them to win and pick up the W here. So those are my thoughts and my reasoning behind me choosing Fatal Influence to win that match. So let's move on to the first match that we will get for this Rebellion 2025 pay-per-view. We will get a six-way men's tag team match, and it is the System, Eddie Edwards teaming up with Brian Myers and JDC, formerly known as Fandango. in WWE, and they will be taking on Ace Austin and the Rascals, which is Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Now, for me, they've been beefing back and forth with the system, and the system they have been doing more, or I feel like they have been breaking apart lately, as they haven't been on point or really trying to push um, their narrative too much, in the sense as they were pushing it in the beginning when they first started, especially when all of these systems had tag teams. I mean, had championship titles. Excuse me for that. So, and also their heels here. So I'm thinking Ace Austin, Trey Miguel, and Zachary Wentz will pick up the W in here, and just try to erase the system, or at least knock them down a peg. All right, so let's move on to the second match of the Rebellion pay-per-view. Now we will get a full count anywhere match. Now this match I'm looking forward to like 100%, just because we are getting Mike Santana. He was in TNA. I mean, previously, then he left to AEW, and now he's back in TNA. I think he already has like a full year as a singles competitor, not doing tag team work at all. And he will be taking on Mustafa Ali, formerly, Mustafa Ali from WWE. I think like his last match was on SmackDown. Now, for me, this can be a toss up, because Mustafa Ali has been known to be cheating and kind of have something in his back pocket whenever he would face Mike Santana, and especially now that it's a full count anywhere. But remember, they can go anywhere in the building and outside of the building. So this one potentially could start outside and in the ring, or it could start in the ring and outside of the ring. But regardless, this is a great match, and for me, I got Mike Santana winning this one. Now, the third match we will be getting is the TNA Knockouts World uh, Tag Team Championship titles. Now, we will get Ash and Heather by Elegance. Ash by Elegance was Dana Brooke in WWE. So if you did not know who that was, this is her new name in TNA Wrestling, and they do hold the tag, well, the Knockouts the championship titles, and they will be taking on the Meta Girls from NXT, which is Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, and also they will be facing um, Spitfire, which is Danny Luna and Jody Threat, and also they will be taking on Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley from NXT. So this is a fatal four-way match for the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship title. So this honestly is going to be a crazy match, just because it's a regular fatal four-way is hard like to keep up with, but a tag team fatal four-way, now that's next level. And I feel like for me it could go either way, because half of these teams are from NXT and the other half are from TNA. But if I had to pick, I would honestly go with somebody from TNA, either Heather and Ash by Elegance to retain, or Spitfire and Danny Luna, which is Danny Luna and Jody Threat, that will have another title reign, because honestly, I feel like they are a great team. So for me, I'm picking Team TNA on this one. Now, the next match is for the TNA International Championship title. Now, I know everybody's like, hey, haven't we already heard of one? And yes, there is one that did come out. That is part of AW. They created one about, I believe, almost 2 years ago. And that title is basically the same title. They have same banners, like from Japan, different in different countries around the world. But this one just is slapped on with the TNA design. It's a little different, but similar concept. So I will go more in depth to it, because there was a tournament done on the. It was like the three matches that led up to the main event, and I'll do a recap for the Unbreakable pay per view that they did last week. It was just too much wrestling going on with TNA and WWE, ramping up for WrestleMania. So I was like, why do so many videos? Let me just do a recap this week, and I'll have it out as soon as possible. So no later than like Tuesday or Wednesday, everything will be out. Now, in this match, we will get Steve Macklin, who is the first ever TNA International Champion, and he'll be taking on Eric Young. Now, as he just won this title, not even a week ago, I don't think he's gonna drop it at all. So I know we're gonna get a great match from Eric Young and Steve Macklin, but Steve Macklin will be retained. Now the next match, and this is another match that I always love, that TNA like kind of surprises you because it like they don't use it as often. So when they do bring it out, you're like, okay, now I'm locked in. Now I do want to see this pay per view. So we are going to get the TNA X Division Championship title being defended in an Ultimate X match. Now, if you do not know what an Ultimate X match is, it is basically a match that it's in the ring, but aside from that, you will have these metal, you can say like scales going up, and they create an X, but it will be an additional rope on the top that they will have to hang, that X will be hanging from the middle, and then the wrestlers potentially have to climb up, go through the rope, either because it's four sides, so it could go on either way, and then grab the X, or the championship to get the to become the new TNA X Division champion, or to retain the title. So honestly, this is a great match. It is a show of I feel like it's more of upper body strength more than anything. And because of this, Moose, who is the title holder, I believe he'll probably drop the title. And talking about Moose, he will be taking on Leon Slater, uh, Casey Navarro, Sydney Akeem. Now, Sydney Akeem, if you do not know who that one is, or that wrestler is, he used to be in WWE, used to come out with Carmella and also with Sasha Banks. He was like that guy that was always doing flips, very athletic, and he keeps the same kind of work or wrestling style here in TNA. And I was surprised to even see him come out in TNA because it's been over, I think, a year that he left WWE or more. So it's great to see that kind of talent come back. Now, the other wrestlers in here is El Hijo de Joaquingo, and now he is representing AAA Wrestling. Now, if you do not know about what happened with AAA Wrestling, WWE kind of put AAA Wrestling throughout WrestleMania weekend, and they did promote it throughout WrestleMania weekend as well. And I'll get into it as it was part of the night one and night two of WrestleMania. So that is something to talk about, and we got to see like how it's gonna go, because now WWE is trying to be a conglomerate right now with the wrestling and wrestling promotions. And aside from Hijo de Joaquingo, we will have Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder from WWE, in this match as well. Now, for me, I gotta say, I want Matt Cardona to win, but there's so many people in here, and an Ultimate X match is very unpredictable. So anything can happen, but I got my Cardona winning and becoming the new TNA X Division champion, because I don't believe he has that title. I know he had the digital and potentially the tags, and I don't think anything else. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. Now, the next match we will get is for the TNA World Tag Team Champions. Now, the Hardy Boys, who were formerly in AEW a couple months ago, now they're in TNA making another tag team title run, and they do have the tag team championship titles. And I thought it was like a great, it was more of a resurgence that happened when they came to TNA, because I thought they was dead in the water on the way how AEW was promoting them, but now that they're doing cross promotional work with NXT, defending the titles against, I think the last tag team in NXT that they fought was Nexium, so that was kind of dope. And they will be taking on, coming back to this, they will be taking on the Nemeth brothers, which is Nick and Ryan Nemeth. Now, Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, did make a shift to TNA. He left. He was released, and his contract. I felt like it was gonna be done anyways with WWE because they weren't using him, and regardless, TNA has done great work with him. He was a TNA champion, and before he became the TNA World Champion, he was the AAA Omega Champion, and he was the one who lost the title to Alberto Del Rio, who is the current champion at AAA. Maybe not for so long because he doesn't have a good partnership with WWE. So since they just purchased it, it might it might go a little bad for Del Rio. But regardless, coming back to this tag team match, I think it is time for the Hardys to drop it. I know everybody's like, "Hey, it's the Hardy Boys. Yeah, we gotta go for them." I'm like, they've been holding these titles for a while. And I feel like the Nemeth brothers, they really didn't get a good run in AW, especially with all that CM Punk drama that Ryan Nemeth was dealing with, being pushed to the corner just because he didn't really like the guy. But again, for me, I'm going to go with the Nemeth brothers picking up the win and becoming the new TNA Tag Team Champions. Now, following that, we have two more matches, so stick with me, guys. We are going to see the TNA Knockouts Championship title being defended by Masha Slamovich, and she'll be taking on Tessa Blanchard. Now, Tessa Blanchard did come back a couple months ago, and I felt like she is a great talent. So what if there's some racist comments coming out? That's in the past. I'm not bringing it up so you guys can remember or be fueled on it, but it's just more about like, hey, she did a mistake. She apologized. It's been a couple years. If the company let her back in, why can't you guys do it? She's an awesome talent, and she's also in shape, man. I like to see wrestlers in shape because I'm trying to get in shape myself, trying to lose the fat, trying to stay cut up and brolic. But regardless, it is a journey, and I'm getting there. But for me, coming back to this, I would choose Tessa Blanchard to take the title from Masha Slamovich. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because Masha has been holding the title since Jordan Grace dropped it and left the company. So it's been a couple months because Jordan Grace has been signed with WWE / NXT for I think like 4 or 5 months, but um, she's been there and she's doing great work over there. But I'm saying like we need a shift, and it's for me. I would think it's a great opportunity to just elevate Tesla Blanchard and give her that second run in here in 2025. So for me, I got Tessa winning the TNA Knockouts Championship title. Now, let's move on to the main event of this pay per view, and we'll be getting the men's TNA World Championship title being defended by none other than say his name and he will appear, Joe Hendry, and he'll be taking on Frankie Kazarian and Ethan Page from NXT, formerly Ethan Page from AEW, in a triple threat match. And I think Joe Henry's not losing this. I don't care what anybody says in the comments. I don't care what everybody's saying online on social media. Bro, Joe Hendry is at the peak of his career. And for me, honestly, I think he's going to be the one to carry TNA to the next level. So for me, I got Joe Hendry retaining the TNA Championship title. So if you guys want to see this pay-per-view tonight, I'll leave the links down below, whether you can go over to TNA Plus or other website links so you guys can get it for. And maybe there might be some buffering, but regardless, that's it. So with that, guys, this is what I got for you for tonight's TNA Rebellion 2025 pay-per-view, and I'll catch you on the next wrestling Peace.